Hello, this is Pro Rip Rider. I trade the ES futures on a 2000 tick chart. So anyways, I use Vwap, which is this gray line here, and then I also use the 21 EMA, which is this gold line here. So let's go into today. Basically, pre-market we had these two measure move legs up, and then near the open here we get a pullback for this leg. So you can see it's two legs. You can see the pullback had a slight break in the new low, so you could say that downtrend is over. So that's why you see this big push by the bulls, and so this was basically the second attempt to a new high. Again, it failed here at this overnight high, which I have right here. This is also my overnight lows right here. So anyhow, so we get a couple legs down, and then right here we get another leg down. So what I'm thinking here was for this live trade that I'm going to go over, this channel, we got this bearish downward channel forming. The new lows are right here, and I was expecting or looking for a two-legged pullback. So basically, I was looking for a second entry short. So right here, I measure these legs. There's the first one, so I was kind of anticipating in this area that we would see a signal bar for an entry on a second entry short. So this channel was also here, so basically with this channel I was using that as a basis to go short on this trade. So this is kind of an up down range day with these highs and lows, so I was anticipating that we were going to continue to go lower. So I'll go ahead and play the trade, and I'll talk through it. So I'm running this at 2x speed just to kind of speed things up. So the second leg, it's pretty much measured. So like this two-legged pullback is complete. So I drew this channel. I want to make sure this short-term trend line, which I go by STT, as soon as I see it break and close, right where that candle closes, you'll see me put my entry. So great signal bar, so I'm in. I do try to go for 2-to-1, but since there was a small range here, I wanted to get out my first target was going to be at the bottom of this range. So typically, you also see here that I'm using my sim as my main account. I actually use the copy trader, so I trade a prop account, and then as well as I cross trade MES contracts on my own personal account. So in case you're wondering, I am trading live.
Order filled.
So that was I'm almost out on my first contracts. I got filled on
Target filled
on some of my on my prop account, but not on my sim account. So I would have got a 2-to-1 risk reward on it, but I think the safe play was always getting out at the lows, just because you see it bounce a little bit, just because some people did try to either take profit, or some people try to go long here. this is my criteria. So this really helps. I try to put it on my chart. So I try to make sure that all these things pass before entering in a trade. That way I just take better setups. And all illustrators know why I have this up here. It's something that I've been working on, and so one of the best ways of reminding myself is having it on my chart. You must be a master of emotional control. So right now I'm just managing the runner. So this is I labeled this as a second entry short. This is a trendline key entry point, and also too, I forgot to mention that this is in a range, and most breakouts fail. So there was 3 reasons to take this trade. So usually when you have 3 reasons, it's a very high probability setup. So usually when I manage runners, normally it's good, like a really good way of doing it is waiting for, if it's a small two-legged pullback swing, and then move your stop 1 tick above that highest pivot point. So like here it's kind of hard to see, but you can see there's the first pullback. If we go here, it's a little tight, but that's you can say that's a two-legged pullback right there. So 1 tick above that top of that candle is a good spot to so I moved my stop here just because it was a little pivot, but I also noticed that this was starting to form like a bottom of the range. So, I got a little skittish, but this is not really a good place to put a stop. But I also knew that sometimes when things go in a range, if it a lot of times it'll pull back. It acts like a magnet. So if I was going for a bigger opportunity though, right here I should have kept having my stop until there was another two-legged pullback or a big pivot. This is not a big pivot, so because if I draw a line through here, it has to break that and then pivot down before it being a real pivot. This is just it's 2 to the tick, and you'll see here why it was a mistake.
Order stop filled.
Yeah, so right here, this is a break of this channel. So if it failed here, the proper thing for me to do would have been to, I can move my stop to this pivot. But ideally, you want to pull back once, and then you're going to do a second pullback. Once it does a second pullback, and it still hasn't stopped you out, then you can move your stop a little bit lower. So just something to consider. So, yeah, if I would have held it here, you would have seen that I would have got a little bit more on this. Let's see how far it goes. So this channel, it had a break and a new low. So this is where I'm starting to think that, okay, this trend, this short-term downtrend has completed, and there's a potential reversal. So that's why you see me make those notes, and you'll see me draw a lot of smaller channels because I'm looking for the break to form a new high or new low. So that way I know that that particular leg is actually completed. So with this break and new low, this is where I'd start looking for a reversal. And if I fast forward this a little bit, you can see that it's in fact trying to reverse. So anyhow, I'll stop the video there. This is Pro Rip Rider. Thanks for watching.